Welcome back to Bad Attitude C10. Today we're going to be going over our Fuel Lab Prodigy fuel pump. Now, I know I got this stuff in about 2 or 3 months ago, and I promised that I would do some overview and show, why we went with this pump and the supporting things such as the filters and the regulator. And that was when we started having the camera issues, so we lost the videos that we had shot and they never got done. So I'm going to do the best that I can with the cameras that I have left and get some coverage of this and explain to y'all the benefits of using this style pump and everything that Fuel Lab goes through before the product makes it to you. So let's get started. The Fuel Lab pump we will be using for the Bad Attitude C10 is a 41402 brushless variable speed pump. This style pump is totally different in structure and design when compared to the typical brush style fuel pump, and the brushless pumps are generally more efficient and usually way more compact. One of the benefits of using this style pump is the ability for variable speed control. So instead of having this pump basically flowing full-blown output the whole time it's in use, it can be controlled by either a pulse width modulator, a regulator, or ECU, and dictated by the amount of fuel required, the voltage will go up or down to increase or decrease the pump output. With the pump having this capability, it will allow our fuel to basically stay cooler because there's going to be less return fuel coming back through the system, and also the electrical draw going through our pump will create less heat as well. While the Prodigy pumps are offered in several different colors, we opted for the black to go with the theme of our Bad Attitude C10. Now, I also want y'all to understand that the voltage required for this fuel pump needs to be between 12 and 24 volts. Here is some more information about the Prodigy fuel pump straight from Fuel Lab. So here's a look at the Prodigy pump we'll be using in the Bad Attitude C10. As you can see, it's got our part number there, and then it is directly from Fuel Lab. So one of the first things we come across is the paperwork stating and showing the results of our pump being tested. So there's our part number or serial number and the date our pump was manufactured. And the guys at Fuel Lab made it possible for us to show you the steps of this process.
You may have heard us mention that all Fuel Lab pumps are tested before leaving our facility. We thought it might be nice to show you what the test bench looks like, how we test the pumps, what criteria we look at, and what information is contained on the pump certification that is included with every pump before it is sent out. In these pictures, we see the main structure of the test stand, which can be removed for maintenance. While it is complex looking, operation is fairly simple, using all aftermarket AN fuel line in conjunction with industrial sensors and solenoid valves on a custom-built frame. Something worth noting is that we use all of our own equipment on the automated test stand. We use Fuel Lab filters, Fuel Lab pressure regulators, and Fuel Lab pumps. Additionally, what you will hear during this video is not the sound of just the pump that's being tested. You will actually hear 3 pumps at the same time. There is obviously 1 pump in the cradle being tested, but there are also 2 more Fuel Lab pumps that are feeding the test stand. This pressurizes the inlet side of the test pump unit to give us an expanded testing range from 0 to 100 psi. First, the pump is loaded into the cradle and the electrical wires are connected. The pump model, color, serial number, test date, and the builder's name are all entered into the program. When the test first starts, the pump is on high speed and under free flow conditions. The flow rate and current draw are checked and recorded. The test stand will slowly ramp up the pressure while the pump is still operating at high speed. As the pressure reaches each of its 5 target points, flow rate and current draw are checked and recorded. If any of the recorded specs fall outside of the operating tolerance that we have set, the test stand will notify us of a failed pump. No failed pumps are allowed to leave our facility. After the pump goes through the testing process in high speed, it will then switch to reduced speed mode and run through the same test that it did previously, checking and recording the flow rates and current draw at each of the 5 target pressures. Just the same as when the pump was tested in high speed mode, It is required to fall within the operating tolerances that we have set in order to pass the test. The test is now complete. As the system depressurizes, the results are displayed on the screen and a copy of the results are printed out and packaged with each pump. The pump is now ready to be cleaned off, packaged up, and sent out.
Here is a screenshot of the results from our test certification. So now let's take a look at this pump. So now notice that the wrapper is cut open because I did take it out in the original unboxing video, and there's a little warning label here and there's another one on the end. Now it is black in color, and as you can tell it's got the Fuel Lab logo on it, and it does have little red caps in it, and it is O-ring Boss or 10AN. Some people call it O-ring base. Now guys, if you notice, I'm going to measure this, but the red caps are going to change it. It's actually 6.9 inches long and the diameter is 2.63. I went on ahead and grabbed a little pair of calipers and checked it. Now if you notice, there's 3 studs on it. The black one is going to be your ground, the red is your power, and the yellow is going to be the signal or trigger wire that controls the speed. Now something else that was included with our pump was a set of T-bolt style rubber cushion clamps. These guys will make it to where we can mount it and it will have, protection between it and the finish on our pump. Now they also included 2 O-rings for the base of the fittings that go into the pump, which is cool, so I'll have spares and you can always use them. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and insert the rubber cushions in these clamps and back off the nylock nuts and go ahead and mount them on the pump so you can get an idea what they look like. So here we go. So there she is, ready to be mounted and installed in our Bad Attitude C10. And guys, I hope this video kind of explained why we went to brushless pump and seeing how we're going to be doing drag and drive events. We wanted something that could, be full blown at the track, but during street driving, could still be, maintaining a cool fuel and everything like that at the same token. So we're getting our cake and eating it too. So guys, I appreciate y'all watching, and as always, I'll catch you next time.